Up to one person approached me about the donation. I had a package for Ghana City for you. Oh, sorry. Let's move on to next. Somebody else. Daniela Somoa. And we don't have Daniela Somoa also winning 100 Ghana Cedis. She can't be found. Let's all rise up. Let's rise up. Let's rise up. Let's rise up as we receive our guests. Oh, come on, when they enter, let's give them a round of applause. Come on. Oh, show some love to them. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, give it up, UMAT. Come on. Oh, let's do it better. Let's do it better. That's Moses Atta. Come on. Oh, show some love, UMAT. Promise you to listen. Come on. Oh, let's do it better. And COD. Come on. Are you ready? Are you ready? Success Africa. Success Africa. Tell your neighbor, get ready. Tell your neighbor, this is part 2. Let's take our seats and we move on straight to our presentations. Kwame, it's been fantastic already. We've had a number of sessions. Simon of Binance has spoken already. I did the first presentation on what I wish I knew before I left the university. We've had a performance from their Jama group here at UMAT. They came purposely to welcome you guys to their campus. And we're moving straight to have Moses' presentation right away. Guys, if you are ready, let's give them a round of applause one more time. I'm picking 2 people. Let me bless somebody with breaking generational curses. Somebody must walk away. Please come. Yes, please come. You. Yes, it fell on you. As you are clapping for her, you may be the next. Let me go to the back. Let me go to the back. Please come, please come. It's a very simple question. The question is very don't feel shy at all. Shake the speakers. You shake them and come. Shake them. Shake them. Mention your name. Hey, it's an opportunity. So, tell me, why did you decide to attend today's conference? Very simple question.
Because
talk to us. Or anything you've learned so far.
I've heard a lot about.
Watch the cameras. Oh, she can do it. Let's do that for her.
I've never been to any program like this, so I decided to come to learn about. I decided to come and learn about the Success Africa because this is my first time hearing about it, so I wanted to be impacted by yours.
Oh, put your hand up for her. Oh, come on, let's give it up. Moses, kindly do the honors and present it to her for me. Kindly present it to her. Oh, put your hand up for her one more time. Do you have the EcoBank app? Wow, let's do it better. Thank you so much. Do you have the app? You have the app. You also receive a 50 cedi credit in your account. Put your hand up for her one more time. So he's an award-winning serial entrepreneur, global business keynote speaker, TEDx speaker, a transformational author, and a development planner by education. He has several years of experience in running multiple businesses. He has contributed to 40+ global conferences, 20+ countries, given over 100 keynotes, and is a TEDx speaker with his flagship TEDx keynote, The 7 Universal Currencies for Leveraging Anything in This World. Join me, let's welcome our second speaker for the day, Moses B. Atta. Come on! What?
Awesome. Celebrate yourself if you are happy to be here. All right. Before, hey, the Jama people, they are hyper pound. Okay, my name is Moses B. Atta. Before I go ahead with my presentation for today, there are 3 things I want to establish before I start my presentation for today. Three things. The first thing is I was sharing with my team a couple of days back, those who had come to intern with us. I was sharing with them something I learned from the scriptures. The Bible says that teach us to number our days so that we can apply our hearts to wisdom. Teach us to number our days so that we can apply our hearts to wisdom. The first thing I want to establish, and the first thing I need you to understand in today's Success Africa meeting, is that the unit of a man's time is destiny. The first thing I need you to understand, whatever thing affects your destiny affects your time. The unit of a man's destiny is time. Whatever thing affects your time affects your destiny. Time is the only currency that when you spend, you cannot get it back. You will not get it back. And so, if you are here today spending time at the Success Africa Summit, I want you to be very aggressive, follow the conversations through, and be determined to take something out of this place. There's a theory I propound, and I say that every man has 4 seasons in his life. There's the morning season of your life, there's the afternoon season of your life, there's the evening season of your life, and then there's the night season of your life. I take it again. Every man on this earth has 4 seasons in his life. There's the morning season of your life, there's the afternoon season of your life, there's the evening season of your life, and then there's the night season of your life. The morning season of your life is from ages 0 to 25. What do you do between ages 0 to 25? You build capacity, you get to know yourself, you get to identify your strengths, your weaknesses, everything that will set you up for the afternoon season of your life. Ages 25 to 50 sets the pace for the afternoon season of your life. What do you do in the afternoon season of your life? In the afternoon season of your life, you build, you establish. So within these seasons, you build a business, you get married, you build wealth, you buy a car. It is a season of your life for acquisition. Then the evening season of your life, you establish what you built. So from ages 50 to 65, you establish what you built. Then ages 65 upwards, it leads into what we call a legacy. And so if you are here, you are between ages 0 to 25, the morning season of your life. I want to show by hand. If you are here, you are within the morning season of your life. Please show by hand. My hand is very high. Good. So it means that a lot of us are in the season of our lives where we should be building capacity. A lot of us are in the seasons of our lives where we should be taking conferences like this serious. And so that's the first thing you need to understand. If you are here, then this conference was made for you. And so you want to take advantage of it and leverage it to your best interest. That's the first thing I wanted to establish. The second thing I want to establish is an interesting scripture I see in my Bible. How many of you believe that God created some people poor? Just show by hand. Oh, you believe that God, He created some people poor. You don't believe that God created some people poor. Show by hand. So the rest of you that didn't raise your hand, you are in between. Interesting. Now, there's a scripture that says that the rich and the poor meet. Proverbs chapter 12 verse 2. The rich and the poor meet. The Lord is the maker of them all. The rich and the poor meet. The Lord is the maker of them all. I'm looking at that scripture, and then the first thing that hits my mind is the rich and the poor meet. Where? The rich and the poor meet. Where do they meet? The platform that allows the rich and the poor to meet is the earth. The place that brings together two groups of people is the earth, the rich and the poor. The second part of the verse says that the Lord is the maker of them all. If you are not paying attention to that scripture, it's so easy to think that God created some people poor and He created some people rich. But my brothers and sisters, I want you to understand, first of all, God did not create anybody poor. Neither did He create anybody rich. God created people men. Men, by their own decisions, decided that they will either be rich or they will either be poor. Nobody was created poor. Economically speaking, men decided whether they will be rich or they will be poor. So if you are here and you know that this Success Africa is something that's supposed to position you to become rich, I want you to say after me, I will be, it's like you don't have him, I will be the greatest version of myself after this summit. I will be rich in pocket and I'll be rich in my mind. I will be rich in my pocket and I'll be rich in my mind. Awesome. I want everybody to pick their phone. Let me be of a blessing to someone. If you're on Instagram, I want you to go and follow the Moses Arthur. TheMosesArthur. I'll pick one person to be of a blessing to that person. Then go and follow Futurist Kwame. FUTURISTKWAME. So Kwame, please, just randomly, whoever just followed you, please pick a name for me. Then go follow its COD. So ITZ_COD. So COD also pick someone. Let me see who followed me here. The first person I'm seeing is _Zekia. Is the person here? Where are you? Please come. Kwame, come for 200 CDs. Remember that I said it's your decision to be rich or poor. Okay, come this way. Awesome. COD. Here, Zekia, _Zekia. Awesome. You're welcome. I've not started my presentation. I'm coming. I want to talk to you guys about the $1 million unfair advantage online that no one is speaking about. Kwame?
Ayipa Esel. Ayipa
Esel. Ayipa Esel. Is the person here? Are you here? Are you the one? Come for 200 CDs. You look familiar, like someone I know. What? Aha. I was like, I know the face somewhere. The person looks familiar. Good to see you. We were chatting yesterday. Is your picture on your profile? I see. I hope I was being nice. Kobisna _7. KOBISSNA_7. Is the person here? Hey, you don't like money, eh? Come for 200 CDs. You don't like money, eh? How are you? Awesome. Oh. If you don't have Telegram, download Telegram before the meeting ends. I'll give another person something more before the meeting ends. Who here is an orphan? You are an orphan. You are an orphan. People are laughing. Why are you helping him to raise his hand? You are an orphan. People can testify that you are an orphan. Pardon? Yes. Do you have a friend who knows that you are an orphan? He's not here. What's your name? What? Maxwell. Of you? Your mom. So your foster parent or your guardian? Your guardian. Both of your parents died?
My dad. Yes.
So your mother is the one taking care of you. So you are not an orphan. The guy is killing his mother. He's killing his mother. Hey, you are an orphan. Your mother is alive taking care of you. You are saying you are an orphan. Hey, because of 200 cedis. You are killing your mother. Okay. My name is Moses Biata. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. The first picture you're seeing is a picture of me speaking to people, like I'm here speaking to you guys. I'm an author. I have 2 books out. My second book is Understanding Systems Thinking, The Modern Art of Building Leading Organizations. My good friend, O. Kenneth, read that book and it structured his music greatly. As a serial entrepreneur, I do a little bit of agriculture and real estate. So that's some brief background about me. I did say that I was going to establish 3 things. I did establish 2. The last one is something that the train of people that will come after me will literally also establish. Is the fact that education is important, but we are here to show you diverse ways to making money outside of the classroom. So the first thing you need to understand is that there's a problem. The big problem is that the CV is dead. The biggest problem that if you are here and you were told that go to school, finish school, graduate, national service, get a job, find some girl to fall in love with you, marry her, buy some Corolla, rent house in Accra, Kumasi, wherever for 40 years, your children will grow, go through the same cycle and die, then you were sold something wrong. Because first of all, the reason why the CV is there, next slide, is because the US, as I'm speaking to you now, is actually laying off people about 700K. Last year, Mark Zuckerberg slashed his workforce by 11,000 people. Next slide. We saw the tech space doing a total of about 59,000 people leaving their space right from last year into this year, which means that there's a recession that's coming. Next slide. The recession that is coming for people like you and myself who are already in Ghana, we are already living in a recession. The economy is already hard. And if you do not know what this means for us, last year when the finance minister read the budget for this year, 2023, how many of you have read the budget for this year, 2023? The time, so all of you, you are in school. The finance minister has read budgets that is affecting your life. You have not read it. The day Ghana was playing Portugal, that was the day our budget for 2023 was read. As I'm speaking to you guys, there's a freeze on all public employment for the next 5 years. Already people that were doing nursing, and I know somebody who completed nursing for the past 3 years, they've not been posted. And so I don't know what the 5 years that is coming ahead will look like. And so you can see the statistics where I show Ghana's unemployment rate being one of the highest in sub-Saharan Africa as I speak to you now. The next slide. Which means that no one is literally safe. You and I, my brothers and sisters who are in the university, no one is literally safe. And so your destiny is in your own hands. If you are following the conversation, I want you to say, my destiny is in my own hands. Awesome. Now, the next thing you need to understand is that how then do I make sure I'm putting in less effort to make greater gains? Remember I said I'm speaking about the $1 million unseen, unfair advantage online that no one is speaking about. Lots of you have mobile phones in your hands and you do not know how to make money off them. And when I say $1 million unfair, unseen advantage online, I'm not speaking fraud. And so kindly follow the conversation. Now, how do you put in less efforts to make greater gains? It is what we call the principle of leverage. Now, in order to understand the principle of leverage, I propound a theory that says that value has changed and value is changing in 5 different ways in our world today. Now, the first way in which value has changed is what I call identity. Previously, when we used to talk about money, the only thing that typified money and value, the only thing that typified value was money. But as I'm speaking to you now, value has changed. There are 5 different ways in which value has changed. The first being identity. You know, gone were the days where the world did not necessarily want you to represent yourself for who you are. But today, we live in a world where the world celebrates you for who and what you represent. 20 years ago, Wizkid could not fill the Madison Square. Burna Boy couldn't do that. Sarkodie couldn't do that. Stonebwoy couldn't do that because there was nothing like that. But 20 years today, people are literally being themselves and are being paid for it. I'm going to show you one case study in my presentation of a guy who is just being himself on TikTok, and he literally gets paid for being himself on TikTok. But not the way Ghanaians have propounded it. Follow the conversation. Now, the next way in which value has changed is called wealth. Previously, wealth used to, when we say somebody was wealthy, the only thing we knew about wealth was that the person had physical money. But today, as I'm speaking to you, wealth is in network relationships. I remember watching an interview by Kanye West, and he said that he knows he's truly wealthy because he can enter any country, and if he is lost or anything, in 30 minutes he can get a presidential brigade out of the space. And so it should make you understand that value is gradually changing, and value is no longer just in the way you used to see tangible money. Previous slide, please. I'm not done. Awesome. Now, the third way you need to understand that value is changing is what I call legacy. What are you doing, and why are you doing what you are doing? And so a lot of you want to make money, but you do not necessarily understand why you want to make money. And so legacy is one of the ways in which value has changed. The Bible says that a good man leaveth an inheritance for his children's children. The word inheritance, when you do a little bit of detail, for most of you, if your father was passing out, the first thing you would want to take from him is his car or is his house, simply because that is what we have propagated an inheritance to be. But there are 5 dimensions to an inheritance or legacy. The first dimension to a legacy is the convictions of a man. If you're able to meet, for most of you, when you meet any wealthy person, the first thing that will move you towards the person is their money. But when I meet any great person, I don't want their money. I want what is in their pocket. When I get what is in their pocket, I want what is in their head. When I get what is in their head, I can get what is in their pocket. Because their convictions produced the results that you saw. So for most of you, your fathers bought cars. You do not know how they bought the cars. But when he's there, you want the car. So you cannot make sure that legacy or wealth is being moved from one generation to the other. The fourth way in which value is changing is what I call the stacking of skills, which is what my presentation will delve in deeper as I carry on. How do you combine 1, 2, 3, 4 more 5 skills to make thousands, tens and thousands of dollars online? The last way in which value is changing is what I call the premium of free. You know, growing up, it sounded insulting when somebody gave you something for free. But today, free is the way in which customers get, businesses get customers to come in. So you walk into a place like Melcom, China Mall, and they say, buy one, get one free. The principle is that if you walk in and you do not even go and buy what they are selling to you, you will see other products and you'll be moved to buy. And so I carry on and I propagate the fact that when it comes to relationship, next slide, you need to understand that all blessings come from God through men to men. You cannot be a student and you are not building quality non-sexual relationships. It will harm you when you are out of this place. Because there is not a single person that propagates blessing outside of. So all blessings come from God through men to men. And then there's a theory I say that you need to have 4 categories of friends or 4 categories of people in your space. Number 1, the competitors. The competitors are the people who make sure that they are competing high with you. Number 2, you need the creators. The creators are the people who do things first. You need the collaborators. The collaborators are the people that when you think of an idea, you are able to call on them for you to be able to make sure that that idea has come to pass. Nothing, or there's not one single man who propagated a vision outside of people. And so people is very important. The last category of people you need to know are the people that I call the controllers. They ensure that you are always and constantly doing things right. The bigger question becomes, out of this 4, which one are you? So for those of you that do not know, next slide, for those of you that do not know how to even find yourself, I just gave you one metric by which you can know yourself. And one of the metric by which you can know yourself is whether you are a creator, is whether you are a controller, is whether you are a collaborator. Out of them, it's one of the metrics by which you can identify and know yourself. So the bigger question is, out of these ones, which one of them are you? Super, super, super important. Next slide. Now, a couple of weeks back, I made a tweet and then I said that 20% of life, actually, not even 20%, but to think about it, if you are here and you are thinking that grades is all that makes life happen, I'm sorry to disappoint you. My Care University certificate is still lying down. Grades just form about 20% of the thing we call life in the real world. And so if you are here, make sure that you are building quality relationships. You are affecting your future, etc. I made this tweet a couple of weeks back. Next slide. At the beginning of the year for people who were in my community. Next slide. Awesome. So now, as I carry on with my presentation, I speak about how that the internet is a distribution channel. Follow me. I said how to make millions of dollars or tens and thousands of dollars online because there's a certain hidden advantage in there. Please go back. The one controlling my slide, why? Is your house people using you? The internet, as we have it, is a distribution channel. Most people, when they think of the internet, actually think that the internet is TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and all of those things. But those things are not the internet. The internet, as we have it, is just a platform that these things are on. So you can leverage on it. Remember that I spoke about the principle of leverage. And so it's super, super, super important that you take advantage of the internet to do justice in making money online. The next slide. 5 stunning facts about the internet. I'm sure if you are following the conversation, you can take a look at it and read. For me, the most boggling fact is the fact that out of over 5 billion people that have access to the internet, 4 billion of them are using the internet on their phones. Which means that attention has shifted from television to mobile phones. Which also means that if you are here and you are a student, imagine that you are a student and then you sell female dresses and you are looking at how to make 10,000 CDs. It's just getting 10 people, it's just getting 10,000 Ghana CDs. It's just getting 100 people to buy a particular dress you are selling for 100 Ghana CDs. The question is, how do you get 100 people? But from the data we are seeing, mind-blowing facts about the internet is the fact that the internet, as we have it, has over 4.7 billion people accessing it on their mobile phones. And this is something that you are supposed to be worried and concerned about because then attention has shifted. And so if everybody is on their mobile phone, how do you project something to them via their mobile phone to be able to make good money on it? And what does this mean for our world today? Next slide. I present to you two real-life case studies of a young man called Ryan Kaji. Ryan is currently the most highest paid YouTuber in the world. He's just 11 years old. The same YouTube that you go and watch and scream, Shatta Wale, I come like Kai Kai, is the same YouTube that some young dude of 11 years is making millions of dollars. He makes $26 million per year from YouTube, which is $500,000 per week. You can do the math times the Ghana cedi and you know how much he's making. And he's just 11 years. All he does is to sit on the internet with one tool called YouTube and he reviews toys. He does not single. All he does is to sit on the internet and he reviews toys. Next slide. I present to you another real life case study. How many of you know your young man over there? How many of you know him? Awesome. Who knows his story? Who knows his story? Who knows his story? If you know his story, show by hand. I'll come to you. Who knows his story? Okay, please come. Kabilim. Tell me what you know about Kabilim. Oh, you're bringing a mic. Okay, they're bringing a mic to you.
Thank you for the opportunity, sir. So, Kabilim was a factory worker, and during COVID, when workers were laid off, he was also laid off.
So it was during COVID?
Yes, please.
The same COVID that got people depressed. They said Jesus is coming. Carry on.
Okay, so after he was laid off, he thought of how to make a living for himself. And then he said he wanted to make things easy, things that people did complicatedly. Okay. So that is how come he started doing his videos, and then this is how far he has gotten to. Thank you.
That's all you know about him?
Yes.
Have you ever heard his voice before?
Once.
You've heard
that
his
was
voice?
In an interview with Nas. I have forgotten the name,
Okay.
but yes.
Come for it. Kabile makes $750,000 per post from TikTok. The same TikTok that you people are there, the guys are watching. The same TikTok that people are on. Young people, listen to me. Everything in life is built twice. First in your mind and second in reality. What your mind has not been able to achieve, it will never manifest in your life. Everything in life is built twice. First in your mind and second in reality. The biggest thing you need to understand is that your reality is as a result of your most dominant thoughts. Any reality in your life that you're uncomfortable with, when we go and do the maths and we start checking, the problem is with your dominant thoughts. And so if you are here and you're a guy and then you say that I have a problem with masturbation, it's not a problem. I think we should question your thoughts. What runs through your thoughts? What is your most dominant thought? Because if you were busy running a 500-acre farm, masturbation will not be on your mind. You'll be thinking about maize. Do you understand? So your reality is as a result of your most dominant thoughts. I need you to understand. Your mind is God's biggest gift to you as a student. There is no way you sow pepper and reap maize. If your mind is God's biggest asset to you, then your mind is a garden. Whatever thing you plant in it, you reap. The gateway to the citadel of your mind are your eyes and your ears. So the thing is, young people, what are you paying attention to? The same internet that you are on, Kabi is making $750,000 on the per post. Somebody can go and do the number of times he has posted. We've not spoken about his endorsement deals. So what seeds are you sowing in your mind? Because whatever thing you sow in your mind, you reap. And the principle goes universal. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So what are you thinking about? And ultimately, your thinking will affect your... And if you want to know how powerful your mind is, I tell my people, your mind is so powerful, it can stop God. A group of people decided to build a tower whose top will reach the heavens. They did not build. They imagined. God said, let me go and stop them. Because the thing that people have imagined to do is too strong. They didn't start, they imagined. So what are you imagining? What are you paying attention to? 99% of your life will change when you start changing what you are paying attention to. Mind Shift, Success Africa. 99% of your life will change when you start paying attention to something positive and not what you are paying attention to. And by that, again, I propound a theory that I say that your programming leads to your thoughts. Your thoughts leads to your feelings. Your feelings leads to your actions. Your actions become your reality. Your programming leads to your thoughts. Your thoughts, they lead to your feelings. Your feelings, they lead to your actions. Your actions become your reality. Your reality around money. Some of you can't even give 10 cedis to anybody. When the Uber driver has taken you somewhere and is left with 5 cedis, you take your 5 cedis. You can't give 5 cedis out. By the time I have a conversation with you, probably appreciate that your mother was telling you that so it has become a subconscious programming in your head. I was sharing a couple of friends of mine how that I was watching. How many of you know Lil Baby, the rapper? Lil Baby. Lil Baby released an album a couple of weeks back. Who knows the title of the album? Okay. Somebody's 100 CDs just get pocketed. Now, Lil Baby was teaching his son mathematics, and he brought out $200,000 cash. And he would tell the son, his 5-year-old son, he told him, take out 100,000. Then the guy would take it out. How much is left? He said 100,000. He said, deduct 30,000. How much is left? He said 70,000. Add 5,000. How much is left? He said 70. I paused. And I said, let me watch again and meditate on this one. Do you know why? Some of us, when we were growing up, it was stones and counters they were using to teach us maths. Your mother was, kofa counters, nebra, kami nubo, mokambo, munya saying 4. Okay. And you see, all of this, how in the world do you compete with Jason, who is learning maths with $200,000? I'm not saying grow up and have $200,000 to teach your child, but there's a way you can engineer their minds, which is very, very, very important. So your programming ultimately will lead to your reality. So the bigger question is, what is your programming? So for most of you, you leave this place and after 8 years, you will not have jobs. Do you know why? You were programmed right from the time you were coming to this school that you will complete UMAT. You will leave UMAT. New month will give you employment. And you are finished. And new month is not giving you the employment. So you just sit at home year after year. What are you paying attention to? That's my second case study. It's called Kabilem. Next slide. So somebody would then begin to wonder, what really is my story? How can this guy just show up and start giving out money like it's not correct? Next slide. My name is Moses Biata. The B in my name means Brentu. It means a warrior. The picture on the left, I don't know what was happening to me that day. But the picture on the right is the picture of, we all have a beginning. That's my beautiful mother who gave birth to me. She used to be a watch seller. She stopped. Next slide. This woman carried me for 12 months. No, she carried me for 11 months, 2 weeks. So on the 5th of April, 96, 12 minutes past 12, she put to birth. And my father, looking at everything I had been through, decided to call me Brentu. Brentu means a warrior. Brentu means a fighter. I believe that in every country, in every family, in every race, God has a fighter. God has a Brentu that he specially raises to break the shackles of poverty. And so if you believe that you are the fighter of your own destiny, if you believe that you are the fighter of your own life, and most importantly, you are the fighter of your family, I want you to turn to the person sitting by you and tell the person, it shall never be well with poverty. Say, my friend, it shall never be well with poverty. Oh. Because it shall never be well with poverty. Carry on. Because it shall never be well with poverty. I want you to take my number. Because after today's meeting, just give me 5 years. I will be rich in pocket, and I'll be rich in my mind. And if you want to access me, you have to go through my PA. So please take my number. It shall never be well with poverty. I carry on. The first picture, as you see, is the hustle days. The second picture is a picture of me fetching water for some masons. Growing up, we used to work for 2019, on my birthday, my friend who took this picture, who is currently in the US, sent it to me out of the blue and said, we've come a long way. The next slide, how did I transition from there to, next slide. Next slide. This. How did I transition from the guy who used to fetch water for masons to the guy who is getting down from Slang Cruiser with a bodyguard? Next slide. Being privileged to be with legends like Vusi Thembikwayo, Freedom, Jacob Caesar, having enough to shop anything I want. Next slide. The key to that is then what I call the $1 million unfair advantage online. I need you to understand that making money is an action. Maintaining money is a behavior. Multiplying money is knowledge. Making money is an action. Maintaining money is a behavior. Multiplying money is knowledge. Whatever action you do to make money, your behavior sustains it. That's the reason why if I get $1 million and you get $1 million, what we both use it for is very different. Then multiplying money is knowledge. Then again, I need you to understand that what you do to make money is not what you do to multiply money. So what is this $1 million unfair advantage that this guy has been talking about and talking about and talking about and talking about? Wouldn't he talk about this advantage? I carry on with my presentation. Your financial freedom is premised on your financial wisdom. What you don't know around money, you cannot turn it to your advantage. So a lot of us, remember I said that your programming will lead to your reality. Which means that what you don't understand around money, you need to go and check your programming. What you don't understand around relationship, you need to go and check your programming. What you don't understand around your course, you need to go and check your programming. So what is this $1 million unfair advantage online? Next slide. I leave that to my brother, Futurist Kwame. He will do a good job on the subject matter. We've put together something amazing for every single one of you. And so you want to take advantage of what he will talk about. He will do that extensively. Move forward. Next slide. And so I have a community of people where I teach, I mentor, I am a blessing to them in many diverse ways. It's a community full of exponential results and growth. And so if you are seeing the barcode on that, I want you to scan and then join the Dream There and Do community, my community where I teach and mentor people. The first 2 people that I'll pick my phone and see, I'll give them 100 cedis each. You want to take advantage of the offer now. Don't just join, turn on post notification. I teach about business entrepreneurship. I teach about other ways to make money. I bring in investment opportunities from time to time. And I'm excited to be doing this to leave my fellow man better than I found them and to make the world a better place. Let me pick my phone and see who is on there. I had a call. Hey, UMAT, your internet is not good. Obisi say it again. Let me see. Hey! Should I pick one boy, one girl? Hey, Omari. Let me see the first person who joined. Todazi. Nana Todazi. You? There you go. Have you eaten today? Obisi Oti, yes, you should have said no. Adam here, chef. How many seasons in the man's life did I say he had? 4. Who knows? Maybe I'll convince Futurist Kwame to quote, I embody the ethos, dream there and do. I believe that the world celebrates doers, daring African, totally out of my comfort zone, living my epic vision for Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Moses Biata. Thank you.
Oh, come on, show some love to Moses Biata. Oh, come on, UMAT. Over 1,000 Ghana cedi is gone already. Tell somebody, wow. Success Africa, my shift. Success Africa, my shift. Did you learn something from his presentation? Then one more time, let's appreciate him. We would move on straight to have our next guest speaker, who happens to be a man of many parts. He's done several things. Tell somebody, this is just the beginning. He will take what Moses did to the next level. Tell somebody the next level. Oh, tell somebody, get ready for the next level. So COD is into real estate and does multiple businesses. And I don't want to waste much time. Let's bring on board the next real estate mogul, COD. Oh, come on. Show some love. Oh, let's do it better. UMAT, come on.
Great, it's okay. How are we doing today? We are very fine, eh? How many of you went for lectures today? Yeah, I can feel the energy in the room. It looks like some of us are tired. Can we be all upstanding? Let's stretch ourselves a bit and ease down the tension in the room. Yeah. Let's stretch a bit. Let's stretch a bit. Stretch a bit. Wow. It looks like we have about 1,000 people in this place. You are engineering student. Well, it's a question I shouldn't even ask. Everybody is an engineering person, right? So what courses